Hey guys, welcome. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how the SMC Smart Fibonacci indicator works. So basically the whole concept, hence we have a name called OSOK, which is one shot, one kill. So the concept around this trading indicator is that we're looking for that one perfect shot in the market in an intraday trend that's going to give us the highest probability trade, right? So we're not going to be scalping or whatsoever. For those who are interested in that, I'm yet to work on implementing the concept or the strategy in a scalp mode kind of thing, right? So, but what we're looking at now is basically day trading. So as you might be aware, and those who are new to trading or you don't know much, the market has sessions. So you have Asian session here, London and New York, right? So if you press this, it's gonna hide the sessions for those who might feel like it's all over, right? So basically what we are looking for, it's simple. This indicator is looking for a trend continuation. So it's more like this: the trend is going down and the market has to form a low, then it takes a pullback, and then all we want is to know how far is this pullback gonna go, right? And then before we can actually continue with the trend for the day going down. That's basically the whole concept, is trend continuation, and we take advantage of that and trade in line with the trend. So we don't want to oppose the trend for the day, what's happening here. So we basically are gonna try and align with that day trend, right? So what's happening here is that, as you can see, price is going up, and we saw that it's committing to actually creating a complete pullback by going above this sell equilibrium. Then we wait. What do we wait for? We want it to enter into this zone here. As you can see, it's within this limit there, and then we want it to go down, right? What do I do at the moment, or how do I confirm that it's gonna go down? So we have this trade filter down here. Whenever it crosses 50, then going up from below or going down from above, then it signals something. As you can see here, it was above here, right? The moment it crossed this 50 line, you see what happened there? It went down, right? I can go across different spaces. So it was somewhere up there. Soon as it crossed below, then it sold, right? So what we want is a setup that's going to combine these two, this zone here and price entering into that space. So let me just try and remove these lines here, and we formulate that. So we want this to go above here and also do something like this. So the moment it crosses this level here and it's also within this space, then we need to be in a position that our sell order is confirmed, right? So at this point now, all we do is wait for the decline here, for it to cross below here, and we are going to be in a good space to place our sell entries. So that's basically the whole concept. You don't need to scratch your head, beat yourself up and stuff, but there is something I need to alert you about, and this is the part where a lot of people might lose their head over. So since there's like an intra-trend or intraday trend based indicator, we have certain key components that are playing a role in the algorithm. For example, I intentionally coded that this highlights the high of the day, the open, and the low, because those are used in this calculations here according to Fibonacci, right? So the application of from high to low or from low to high is based on the trend. The trend is also in a position whereby it's determined by the algorithm I'm talking about. I explained it in the other video before making a lot of updates. It basically relies on the position of price of the current price compared in comparison to, let me make this yellow. So the position of the current price, this price, in comparison to where price was yesterday and where price was when the market opened. So if price is below this point, so if price is anywhere below this space here, then we have something that signals in basic terms to the algorithm that the price is below this level, so we are on a downtrend, right? But the moment price goes above this point, then it's gonna say we are on an uptrend, right? So it's based like the basic way to explain the logic. And if you understand that, you're not gonna panic or whatsoever and all those stuff, right? So what we are looking for, as I said, is for price to actually pull up to this point and sell. But the moment price pulls above this level here, then we're gonna have a problem with the market. That now, are you attempting to change the trend or continue the trend? The easiest way to see if price is attempting to change the trend is just this day open here. If price goes above it, like it doesn't confirm this sell over there when it gets to this point, for example, price reaches here, and at this point down there it hasn't done anything, then the two key combinations of trying to find a confluence in this wouldn't have been met. So you wouldn't force yourself to sell whilst this one doesn't say sell. So we need these combinations, this zone plus this, right? But if price reaches this point, the algorithm is automatically gonna say, hell no, the trend is changing. Even though I added this block here, as you can see, if I point at this, it says this is the dead zone. So dead zone basically means there are certain points like 40 points that is like, yeah, 40 points, like 3 pips just below and above the day open, which is this one here. So it's gonna allow marginal space like this to say if price doesn't react still, combine these two here, then it shouldn't change the trend. But should price just go above this dead zone, then absolutely you're gonna see the whole stuff here changing from a sell to buy. But still, you shouldn't panic, because price can still try and go above and come back down, right? But the main thing here is combining things. One, you need to allow this zone here. So let's just say within buy zones, I mean sell zones. So I'll say buy zones or sell zones. So it's within sell zones. Sell zone number 1. Then number 2, I'm going to say the trade filter cross 50. So cross 50 from above or below, we need these two conditions to be met in order for you to take a trade. So let me just jump over to another chart and I get to show you. So let's see another pair, CAT JPY. So basically CAT JPY, where it is now, we need price to pull down to this level, the buy zone, and then we are going to buy from there, right? The day trend says we're going up, and then that's it. Also before here, let's see the sessions if I can load them up. So before here, around London, it actually gave a good entry, because this was the low, that was the high, and price went like back into the zone and it bought. So it already made a buy for the day, and it's like how many pips? Like that's like 75 pips up in profit. But still, if it pulls down to the zone and it also combines that pull down with our condition here where price actually drops, comes below here with a sell, then it buys going above 50, then we're gonna buy. So you don't just jump up and down blind where you're just using this zone. We need the trend momentum down here to confirm that, right? So this over here, I think, is one of the like the classics of explaining the condition I explained that side. So we have a situation whereby at the start, I can say this was like a sell, because price would sell somewhere, like let's say going up somewhere there. But the trick we have is the situation with the day open. If you check, the day open is here, right? Let me put this block here. The moment price went like above here, then it signaled that the trend is changing. And you see what happens? This was like a good sell at the beginning, because it went like from there and it went like that side to make a bar, a sell and whatever, and didn't really cover that, right? It was a good one, but because of that condition I told you about, it actually turned around and changed. So let me just find this thing here and I remove it. Where is that line? So I'm looking for the manual Fibonacci to delete it, because like getting lost there. Where is it? Okay, I guess I'll just have to manually do this. Where's that line? Okay, I think if I just, how do I play around with this now? However, so I pulled it from there to here, right? No, it's giving me a headache. Okay, there. So pulled it from here to there. So basically, what happens, you see the buy sell thing there happened because of this buffer. So it shouldn't like get your head twisted and whatever, because if you also look here, the only time it spoke of a sell is when it was here, of which I see that it had done a setup from the, yeah, it had done a clean setup from there. Let me show you this. So there was like a day thing going up, and then it did something like here, pulled up, sold. So it's like right now at the moment it's just messed around by this thing crossing above and below the buffer. And there is one thing which explains this, and there's a time where I've been like trying my level best to code or optimize the code in a way which is gonna like filter all this thing. I ended up coming up with a buffer zone here. I'm in the dead zone here, but I noticed something. Most of the times we try to like come up with like the holy grail, which is just gonna in basic terms, when people talk about basic indicators, they use repaint. Repaint basically means it says a sell, then it suddenly says buy here, and that's basically another thing, right? But as I said, those two conditions we spoke about, we need you to be within this zone, which might be a buy or sell, and also cross something in here, right? And if you don't do that, then we're not gonna act on that, right? So basically the concept is that we need price to actually move away from this day open. If you see price opening here, then it does this, and then it comes here on the day open. I'm gonna show you what this means. And it does this, then it does this, right? What does this tell you? If you are like a trader that's going to apply basics, it means price is trading at this space here. It's a range. At the first place, we shouldn't trade this. What we are looking for is price that's going to trend, right? Price is either gonna go up or down. So price is going to go down or up. We don't want price that's going to be like in one place. I hope this like makes the easiest sense. As you can see here, we have US tech here. Basically what happened over here is that it's also at a place whereby if you look, the day open is here, is basically the high of the day. Traded away from the day open and never really went close to that. So we want a market that's going to be moving away from the day open. So as you can check, it looks like some sort of a thing. You see here, price gave us a sell zone, then it crossed below this 50 and went down. So what we want is a market that's going to be trending. So it trends up or down, not sideways, right? So as you can see with this one, still going up, up, up. And what we want is for it to pull down to this point. Yeah, so that's basically it. I hope I managed to explain this in the easiest way possible. Why had I put this here? I think I was trying to like explain something, but basically that's the concept. We want price to enter a space whereby it's going to trend. That's going to continue the trend, either up or down, but anything that sticks around a space whereby you can tell that the day open or low is here, then you know that we are in the pit, right? So day open is here and price is trending below it, it's a sell. So if it pulls up to this level here, then we're gonna sell, of which it has already done so in a way, I think. Yeah, so you combine it going up there with it coming down, and that's basically the indicator in sum. Yeah, so hope I kept this like as simple as possible and as short as I could, because even when I tried explaining how the logic and going into depth and stuff, a lot of people still had a lot of challenges, of which I'm trying to avoid talking a lot of concept whilst people don't understand the basics. So if we clean this chart up, let's clean this up. Can we? Let's just use a default template. If you look at this, it looks like it's a downtrend, but the moment we get to just apply where price actually opened, you'll get to realize that price has been from there to here and back to here. So it's basically trading in this narrow space. This one here is the problem that causes this what can we call it? It causes this consolidation, because price opened here, went up, created the high of the day, and the low of the day is basically where price opened. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing from you, your feedback on what questions you might have, and cheers.